video, I'm going to show you one of the most crazy retouching I've done lately. If you want to learn Lightroom, this is the video you must watch. I'm going to go from this photo of the Antelope Canyon to this. It's going to blow your mind. So I just came back from Monument Valley, and let me show you. So this is the photo. What I did is, you cannot do photography tours in the Antelope Canyon. They are preventing it. So check this out. I was at f4 because I still wanted, my lens could go to 2.8, but I still wanted sort of to get something sharp. ISO 100 and 1/250th of a second. And then I took one photo, minus 2 stop, another photo, and then a third photo plus 2 stop, okay? And so the whole idea is I'm going to first HDR these photos together because the dynamic range was insane. This is going to be one of the hardest retouch I've ever done in my life. So I'm going to take all 3 photos, I'm going to right click, and I'm going to go to edit and photo merge HDR, okay? Now, I'm going to click on merge, and what that's going to do is going to create like a super raw file with all the photos, because I really want to sell this one in gallery, and I want to make sure I get the blue. And this one is going to, I promise you, if you watch till the end, you're like going to thank me. You're like, oh, my knowledge of Lightroom has really increased. So here I am. I've got an HDR now, and of course you have to make sure the photo is sharp. I mean, this is called the Lady in the Wind, and I love it. So on this one, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to open up the shadow first, and look at this, and make sure it's sharp. Look how sharp it is. Despite the fact that I was at f4, I bought a lens for this, which is a 24 millimeter from Sigma, 2.8, but I was at f4 on this one, and I was at 14 millimeter. I was very wide. I'm going to bring down the highlights on this one, but not completely, about halfway through. And by the way, I'm doing this tutorial because I'm here in Los Angeles. After Monument, I came, and I have this movie coming out from Paris to Hollywood. It's a really uplifting movie. If you can purchase it, it would mean the world to me. You can win even a MacBook Air and a Fuji camera. You get all the info under this video. Okay, then what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold on the Option key and click the black. And you want to make sure you got some serious black here. Remember, what you see here when you press the Option key on a Mac, or the Alt key if you're unfortunate in life to have a Windows computer. I don't like Windows computer, I'm sorry. I really like the Macs. For Lightroom, I think it's really the best. I'm gonna hold on the Option key, and after 20 years of workshop and working with Windows and PC and Apple computer, Apple is really the best. And so, what you see in yellow and red are pixels which are 100% black. Then I'm going to reveal the photo with the whites. But now the white balance is completely off. And so I made a preset for you, and I'll show you how to do with the preset because they're also for free and under this video. But on this one, basically, you need to find a good white balance. Now the problem with Canyon photos is that you want every photo to look the same. So you have to use the same white balance in every retouching. So the way I did this is I created a preset that really applies to this kind of photo. I'll show you on another photo. So first I'm going to make it a bit warmer, a bit more red. Something like that, maybe a bit brighter. But the problem is it's very flat in terms of colors. It's all red everywhere. I don't like that. I don't like that. So maybe let's add a bit of blue, and yeah, you'll see. I'll show you with the preset, you will see how amazing it is. But first I want to show you what's behind the scene on this. So now we need to deal with the sky. Look at the sky. The sky is completely blown out. So I'm going to go here. If I go here and select sky, it's not going to work. It'll say no sky detected because there's so little sky that it does not see the sky. So here's the workaround, is you go here to object, and then you brush over that sky here, and then you go here, you click on the mask, you click add, you brush over, you click add, you click object, and you brush over that sky here, you add, and you click object, and you brush over that little sky here. Okay, so now, well, that's not really the sky, but here, yeah, you see, it did not really select well this guy. Not a huge deal, but we'll see what happens. So I'm gonna lower the exposure on that. You see, no, it's not good there. Okay, so that can happen. If it happens to me, it happens to you. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna reset this. I'm gonna erase, so object one, I'm gonna, no, not object one was good, sorry. Object two, I'm gonna erase, and object three, I'm gonna erase. So I only have this guy here. And check this out, I'm gonna lower the exposure and I'm gonna add some blue. Here's a magic trick, you wanna restore the blue. And now that's good enough for me. And the other things you wanna do is, I don't want to add clarity to this. I know it's very tempting to add clarity, but don't do it. Actually, I wanna go even the other side and add a bit of contrast. But now the whole photo is too red. I like the blue, I like the red, and I'm gonna show you a really cool trick. So I'm gonna go here, and I'm gonna take a big gradient, because I want the lady in the wind to come out. So I'm gonna make a big gradient, and I'm gonna add a lot of exposure and a lot of yellow. But I want that to go behind, and I'm overdoing it at first, behind the lady in the wind. So I'm gonna click here, and then I'm gonna go subtract, and I'm going to go again object, and I'm going to do a selection over the lady in the wind. And so that this circle is not, affected by the lady in the wind. And you see, it only did half of it. So that, it's funny, because when I practiced this video, it did it perfect. Okay, so what you can do is you click on subtract, and you go again to select object, and you just click here on the part that was missing. And good, and it worked. But you see, it's missing here. That's fine. You keep on clicking on that mask. Sorry. You click here, subtract, object, and let's go. And sometimes you have to do it 3-4 times, and until you've got a proper mask. Let's see. It's not doing it. It's not doing it. It's fine. Because look at it, before and after. This part here. So if that happened, it happened to me, what you can do is you can just click on subtract, and instead of taking object, you take brush. Okay? And make sure that the flow intensity is all the way to 100. You take a small brush, and there you can really go in there and make that lady in the wind not be affected by the radial circle. Okay, check this out. Look at this, before, after. It makes a glow behind the lady in the wind. And that is awesome. And then on this one, the sky is still not enough blue for me. So let me go back to this mask here, and let's add more blue to it. And maybe lower even more the exposure. Okay, so once I'm done, what I do is, this is the HDR, and this is the normal exposure. I press Command-Shift-C on the HDR, I check all, copy, and then I copy and paste what I did here on the normal exposure, okay? And then I'm going to compare, because sometimes the normal exposure is better quality than the HDR. So I'm just going to maybe make it a bit brighter. And so I'm going to select them both. I'm going to press C. C is going to put me in compare mode. Shift tab to really go into full screen mode. On the right side, you have the HDR. On the left side, you have the normal exposure. And you go in there and you look for errors, especially here around the sky. You want to make sure you don't get an ugly halo around. So in this case, look at this. The non-HDR version is totally burned here. And we have a lot more details in the sky here on the HDR version. So the HDR version is going to win. And then let's look in the shadow, somewhere in the shadow. Look how sharp this photo is. Shot by hand. Yeah, in the shadow are good. It's just we have a bit of problem around the sky, so the HDR in this case is winning. Now let me show you this to you. If you are new to this, what you can do is use my preset, and you'll get an awesome photo. So this is another photo I've shot of the canyon. I basically move my camera. So I'm going to right click, and I'm going to edit photo merge HDR. I'm going to create an HDR of the 3 exposure. But instead of doing everything I show you, I'm going to show you a much faster way if you use my AI preset. If you have not downloaded my AI preset, you should. These are the presets that I use to sell my work in galleries all around the world. All around the world. And I'm giving them for free because I'm hoping one day you'll come to one of my workshops, basically. So, okay, now here is the HDR version of this photo. And I'm going to go to my AI golden hour preset. And at first it's going to look ugly. It's going to look very underexposed, but that's because when you use my preset, you need to do 3 things, and only 3 things. You hold on the Option key, and you make sure the black is not too strong, which is too strong in that case. Then you reveal the photo with the white, and then you maybe lower the highlights, and look at the colors. I love the colors. They're different from what I did here, but there's much more yellow. That preset has a lot of little trick around the colors. I still want to go in there and go and select object and select the sky here, because I know that the select sky will not work. And I really like I think I prefer the one from the preset. I'm going to lower the exposure and add some blue. Maybe not lower the exposure so much, but voila. And then I'm going to make the whole photo brighter. I still want to make a glow behind the lady in the wind, so let's go. I'm gonna go like this, radial circle, around her. Really go strong on it. Do it too much at first. It's gonna have the software. And then subtract. Let's try if object is gonna work. And I'm just gonna select the lady in the wind. And the reason the Navarro call it the lady in the wind, because it looks like a lady in the wind. It's one of my favorite photo. I saw it, you see it's still doing this thing. So, okay, fine. It's funny because I prepared the video is not doing this thing. So I'm just gonna go select object. It's not selecting, okay, let's keep going. You just click on that and just click on doing subtract, select object, and come on, select the head. Oh, it's working. And then once you got the one with the edges selected, you click on that and you go subtract and you take a brush. And you should be able to really do a good job with the brush on whatever was taken out. But check this out. Look at this glow behind, and it's oh, I actually love it. It's a bit too much, so I'm gonna lower the glow a little bit. And then I think on this one, I'm gonna lower the contrast slightly and make it a bit brighter. Just a bit brighter. And look at that. Pretty cool. So make sure you download preset and check out my movie From Paris to Hollywood. If you want to spend a nice evening with me on a very uplifting movie, I'm trying to be the #1 pre-sold movie in the world. It's kind of crazy, but you know, you got to go for your dreams. And if you can pre-order it before the 17th, it would mean the world to me. The link is under this video. Thank you very much. That's why I'm here doing 1 YouTube video per day for 7 days, because I want to promote this movie to you. I hope this was helpful. Get my preset. It's my gift to you. And I'll see you tomorrow for another video.